In last week's portion of the Torah tells us that Yitzchak became old and became blind. And Rashi makes a number of comments as to why Yitzchak became blind. One of his explanations is that when he was lying on the altar at the time that his father Avram brought him to bring him as an offering, that the angels began crying in heaven, and those tears fell into Yitzchak's eyes, and later, when he became old, he became blind from them. Now this midrash is full of deep symbolic meaning, but just the impression of great consternation and pain in heaven and angels crying leaves a very deep impression as to what was happening in the upper worlds. If there was ever a time for angels to be crying again, now would be the time. And even though any time someone is killed in war or terrorism, it's reason enough for us all to cry, and for heaven to be crying also, somehow the graphic pictures of holy rabbis being butchered in talitot and tefillin at the time of prayer in a synagogue, something tells us there was something different about this. And yet, when we look at the story, as the angels are crying, God sent another angel to tell Avram not to sacrifice his son. But in our case, no angel came and interceded, and this terrible desecration of everything holy and decent and human occurred. Rashi brings yet another explanation of why Yitzchak went blind. And he says very enigmatically that he went blind in order that Yaakov should get the blessing and not Esav, like Yitzchak originally intended. Why God didn't arrange for this to happen in an easier, simpler way, Rashi does not discuss. Everything has a reason. We believe there's a divine plan, and that's for the individual, for all of Am Yisrael, and for the whole world. And we see that especially in our time when all of the prophecies are coming true. The ingathering of the exiles to Israel, the rebirth of the nation in its ancient homeland, of the cities being rebuilt, Jerusalem becoming the spiritual capital of the world as it always was, the land turning green again. We see all of that before our very eyes. And we know that we don't always understand the ways of God. But Master of the world, Rabboni Shalom, please let us know that the angels are crying now. Master of the world, Rabboni Shalom, please let us know that you are crying now. That would bring comfort to a people who has cried far too many tears.